Chiefs and the Texans. It'll be game day on Sunday for the Buccaneers and the Saints. This on the socials from the Buccaneers. We will see you soon. Saints, we've seen them on the practice field. It is going to be different, isn't it, to see Tom Brady finally on a football field. He's taken over a team after 20 with the Patriots that has gone 12 straight without making the playoffs. And now he gets to go on the road, hi James Palmer, and face a team that's won the NFC South the last 3 years. What's this first game going to be like for him?
Well, Andrew, we had a chance to talk to offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich just a couple of minutes ago, and the questions that I wanted to ask him were, how are things going to go in the aspects of how Tom Brady operates within a game to where he gets such an advantage, right? What he does at the line of scrimmage in seeing a defense and how he changes things up front to make all the calls. Leftwich told me he knows our playbook inside and out. He will have full control at the line of scrimmage pre-snap to move things around to however he would like. He did say, obviously, this is new for all of us, and it will grow throughout the season, but it's something that there will be happening right at the start in week one with him operating with those calls and changing things. And then there's the in-game adjustment side of things. And that was the one aspect that Byron Leftwich told me that he worked so hard at since the arrival of Tom Brady was the communication between him and Brady. Everything Brady is thinking, he said he wants him to tell it out loud. I want to know what you're thinking. So when it comes to adjusting after certain series, and you believe that has to happen, he said there's nothing he hasn't seen. It's going to be really easy for us when he comes back and talks to me and communicates that for us to change what we want to do. And maybe that's something that they haven't had the luxury of having the mind of Tom Brady before in the past. And then he also added that it is going to be a mixture of both what Brady has done in the past and what they do in terms of their game plan in week one against the Saints. And a small update on Mike Evans. In the period when reporters were able to watch practice, he was outside while the team practiced inside. It appears he is still getting eased back. Leftwich said it might come down to Sunday whether they know Mike Evans is going to be able to go.
All right, so keep an eye on that one when we find out who's in the lineup. Game time decision potentially there Sunday for Mike Evans. We do know, however, that Shaq Barrett's going to play. I think some people might have forgotten James. He led the league in sacks last year with 19.5. What does he have planned for an encore?
Yeah, I'm not sure. He might be the least talked about 19.5 sack player maybe in the history of the NFL. And he has a bit of chip on his shoulder after being down there for the last month and talking to him about how this year is going to go. And he revealed to us something kind of interesting. He said, if you watch the practice film of me in camp this year compared to the practice film last year, he said it is night and day. I am moving way faster, going through all these moves that I'm working on at more of a game speed, a more of a situational type of environment to where I can see what's more about them. Bruce Arians told me he has a full toolbox. It's not just 2, 3, 4 moves. He has more than that. And he's also been working on a move that Jason Pierre-Paul has been teaching him. They know that they're going to be left one-on-one. That's the way the Saints operate with their tackles that did not give up a sack a season ago. He thought he was too much of a finesse pass rusher against the Saints a season ago. He wants to be more of a power pass rusher, but at the same time mix it up, come from different types of rushes using those different types of moves. Let's see what he can do as an encore. Reggie White, the only guy to lead the league in sacks back-to-back seasons.
Let's see if Shaq Barrett can do it. There are so many stats and numbers, and hey, did you remember that? It's the last couple of weeks that I think football fans are kind of remembering and getting a refresher on. Shaq Barrett's one of them. Thank you, James Palmer, there as the Buccaneers get ready for the Saints in New Orleans. A late kickoff on Fox on Sunday. Coming up, that's the scene in Kansas City. It's a sunshiny day. No, it isn't. We're going live to rainy Arrowhead right around the corner on NFL Now. Adrian Peterson out of the field. There he is wearing a Detroit 28. Matt Patricia asked this morning if he's going to play on Sunday. Matt Patricia's not going to tell you anything, but he said he did look good out there today. So just remember that as the Lions get ready for the Bears. Let's focus on another game on Sunday. Sam Darnold and the Jets are going to start the season the same way they ended it last year, and that is with a game in Buffalo. They hope, like last year, Week 17, they win in Buffalo, but everything has got to be better than it was last year.
Yeah, I think just, for me personally, just having a better understanding of some things and being more confident with just generally like what's going on. I think that's the biggest thing. And then you got guys who have been in the offense before, like Crowder and Herndon, who have been helping the other guys out, Ryan Griffin, Trayvon Wesco, Le'Veon, obviously. So, yeah, it's just, being the second year for a lot of us in the system, that's been really good. And I think people are going to see, improvements definitely from last year.
So name some of the guys who are holdovers. Kim Jones, hi there, live with the Jets in Florham Park. There are also some new guys to work in, throwing passes to. How are these wide receivers and Sam Darnold getting ready for this game Sunday?
Well, the good news is they're on the field with Sam Darnold to get ready for this game, Andrew. I asked Adam Gase about the receiver situation, and he said, well, for most of camp, we had 6. They are now significantly healthier than that with Brashad Perryman, the veteran signed in free agency, and Denzel Mims, their second-round draft pick, on the field wearing number 11. And I said to Adam Gase, after not running a route during training camp, could he be on the field Sunday against the Bills? And via Zoom, Adam Gase said he definitely could be. So it's looking up for the Jets in terms of receivers and playmakers available for Sam. One note on the defensive side of the ball, though. Marcus May, who is now incredibly important. He plays in the box. He plays deep. He plays everywhere you would ever ask a safety to play. Still not practicing. He had calf tightness during the Jets scrimmage on August 30th. Still not out there. They would very much miss him if he actually has to miss this game come Sunday.
That is the kind of injury, though, you want to be very careful with, not to get out there too soon and then aggravate that injury. Hey, what are the Jets saying, Kim, about the Bills' top 5 defense for week 1?
I loved what Gase said this morning on Zoom about the Bills' defense, Andrew. So I'm glad you asked, by the way.
Funny how that works.
He talked about, he talked about continuity, right? And that's a big thing. And that's one thing that this organization hopes it has now found with Joe Douglas, Adam Gase, and some of these key players. But in terms of the Bills' defense, Gase said this is the 7th time that he is playing against Sean McDermott, he said. And I feel like it's the same guys I talk about, meaning the players he talks about every time. He said this is a defense that executes McDermott's vision, is very smart, and they all know their role. Adam Gase is dead on with that description, of course, of the Bills' defense, which is terrific. But like I said, I think that the folks in this building here in Florham Park, New Jersey, would not quibble with the idea that what Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott have built in Buffalo, that's what they are trying to build here with the Jets.
And yep, they have a pretty darn good defense, one that can likely carry this team. You hope the quarterback gets there for the Bills, for Josh Allen. Should be noted, Josh Norman still not practicing there, so he very well could miss this one. Thank you, Kim. Coming up on NFL Now, back to Arrowhead for more of the opener.